4 jobs open all at once. Makes my life very hard. It's made for a very busy international break. But Norwich have solved us one problem here. It's not Middlesbrough. It's not Swansea. It's not Southampton. Norwich react first. And Philippe Clement is going to be announced as their new manager today. According to EFL spokesman John Percy, Telegraph journalist John Percy, who seems to have a direct line from literally every championship club. This was him a couple of hours ago on Twitter. Norwich are hopeful of appointing former Rangers manager Philippe Clement as their new head coach today. Clement has been out of management since leaving Rangers in February and is set to take training on Tuesday. Norwich also interviewed Jon Dahl Tomasson and Gary O'Neill. Interesting, because if you told me a couple of weeks ago a former Rangers manager would be in the market to become the next Norwich manager, I would have been very distracted looking at Russell Martin. And look, we'll talk about Clement, we'll talk about Norwich this season. Let's just talk about the international break, because obviously Liam Manning was sacked at the end of the block of games, that defeat against Leicester. And I think it started, and the 3 names we were hearing were Russ Martin, Will Still, and Gary O'Neill. And I wonder whether Gary O'Neill is going to be linked with all 4 of these championship jobs and ultimately end up getting none of them, or getting the last one that's open. That then kind of drifted away from Still and Russ Martin, and Jon Dahl Tomasson's name came up along with kind of Gary O'Neill as well. And that looked like there was something in that. It kind of appeared and was put forward by reputable names, but there was always this little whisper in the background. There's an unknown name that's going to come through and take this. And that name, I say unknown, not unknown to British football supporters, former Coventry player, former Rangers manager, but it's a name that wasn't forward in the conversation. So fair play to Norwich for keeping that really quiet until today. And Philippe Clement has kind of gone to the front of the queue. Percy is saying that Tomasson and O'Neill were interviewed. So he's talked his way through the door here if they were prepared to speak to all 3 of them. You never know with the interview process. Sometimes people have an idea of who they want to hire, and you're almost just, stress testing that feeling by interviewing other people. But Clement is going to be the next Norwich manager, according to Percy, and Connor, our friend at the Pink 'Un, has gone all in. Norwich are set to announce former Rangers, Monaco and Club Brugge manager Philippe Clement as their new head coach. Let's talk a bit about Clement and his managerial career. So he's Belgian. He's 51. So whether you think this is important or not, a little bit older than a few of the other candidates. If the idea is Norwich need a strong older statesman candidate to go in, therefore the flip reverse of that argument is they don't need a young, untested manager, then maybe there's some kind of box ticked there. I mean, he's not 71, he's 51, but you get what I'm saying. Managed, here we go with some pronunciation fun, Vassland, Beveren, Genk and Club Brugge. I believe they're all in Belgium. And I think he won the league with both of those sides. Sorry, let me do some scrolling here. Yeah, Belgian Pro League winner with Genk, and then twice with Club Brugge. So he did it 3 seasons in a row. You can have your thoughts on the transferability of skills and viability of a manager who is successful in Belgium as it then pertains to the EFL Championship. I mean, let's be honest, no league is like the Championship, is it? A, with the 46 games and the 3-game weeks and then the playoffs at the end of it, and B, with the crazy combination of the parachute teams with sort of ex-Premier League players and, players that could probably play in the Champions League at some point in their career. go into teams that have come up from League One with, smaller third and fourth tier setups. It's a unique division. What I will say is anyone who's won a league anywhere, that's never a bad thing.